I pull up in Lexus like it's 07. I gotta hit the next one. Last year.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, presented by.
Lesson I could GPS you if you need a dressing. Boss up, I'm a bigger homie, but I'm 1 year older than my little homie. 09, they was bidding on me, but I'm young money, got it written on me. Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting broadcast of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side are analysts Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. From the sideline, we'll have the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a bit. We'll see the Miami Heat defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. This, their first look at this year's New York squad. Last season, they had the upper hand in the series, going 3-1 against these guys.
And as you would expect, they came out on top in last season's series against this club, but no reason to expect anything different this time around.
You take nothing for granted. These teams are very familiar with one another, and we expect a close contest.
Tonight's topic, the 7-game playoff series. You look at college, the one-and-done format does add some suspense, instant elimination. But Doris, would you like to see the NBA shorten the length of any of the playoff series? No,
you know, Kevin, as you know, there was a time in the NBA where the early rounds were 5 games, so you only had to win 3. To be honest with you, I think the best measure of a series is who is the best of 7. I like the format. I know that we need to figure out maybe the starting date as moving that back a little bit earlier, but I like the playoff series as is.
If it is a 7-game series, it to me gives legitimacy. That's the team that should be moving on.
There's no question about it.
And now the New York Knicks starters. You've got Baker. He's out there with Rose. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Lance Thomas. And it's Kuzminskas in at the 4 slot.
Oh, pumping up the field goal percentage. Traditionally a strong point for Lee.
There's Baker. The Heat getting the bucket. There's a good screen. Shot off the screen. That's short off the rim.
Who knows what happened there, but I'm sure the defense is aware they dodged a bullet.
Bradley dishes to Lee. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Now, what actually impresses you about David Lee is his ball handling and passing ability for a big man. But when you think that he actually played on the perimeter in high school, it makes sense.
And Lee, as the story goes, broke his wrist in high school, and that's how he learned to finish so well with either hand around the basket.
And I think that's exactly, Kevin, what makes him a tough cover on the low block. When his jump shot is falling, boy, this guy's a handful.
Here's Lee, following the score by Derrick Rose. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
Guys, I think he just lost track of his position.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Feeds it to O'Quinn. Thomas a screen. Here's Kuzminskas. Drills the 3-pointer. He's got 5.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Dragic kicks to Bosh. Low block shot on the way, and the shot goes in. Bosh has got his second basket of the night.
Boy, you can't ask for much better. A scorching 4 for 4 to start.
Lee with the steal. And here we go with Bosh running it up the floor. Picked his pocket. At the elbow, it's Rose. Here's O'Quinn. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
Boy, you got to give it to the big fella from Norfolk State. O'Quinn making his presence felt on the second chance opportunities.
Dragic the pass to Johnson. He kicks to Bosh. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Bosch has got 6 points.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
If you're the coach, you hope it's a wake-up call. Get them to tighten things up on the inside and start protecting the rim with a little bit more authority.
Now let's find out what head coach Jeff Hornacek had to say to David Aldridge. DA.
Thanks, Kevin. He told me that when you're playing against a team as good as they are inside, you have to stop the easy looks. He said if they can keep them out of the paint, they'll be in good shape to win. We'll see, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Now here's Rose. He's coming off a 16-point game against Sacramento.
And when you look at the number of assists he had, you can tell how cognizant he was of wanting to involve his guys throughout the game.
It's Bradley on the wing. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Outstanding defense. No one wants to get in front of that guy when he's around the rim, but he did a great job there.
Here's Kuzminskas. He has 5. Lee outside. Leans. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Boy, the defense did not make it easy for him, even though it was a solid attempt.
There's the dish to Thomas. Passes it to Kuzminskas. Right side Rose. Outside for Thomas. Just 5 to shoot. That gives them the lead. 8 points for him.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game, fresh from a win against Portland.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
You know, you make a great point because teams on the road usually lean on their stars. But in that one, they went straight to the bench, and they were on point.
A lot of great defensive-minded coaches, too, in the NBA. Who stands out there for you?
Boy, this is Tom Thibodeau for me,
yes.
Right? I mean, he changes the way, you know, you talk about taking away boxes and elbows in the NBA, loading up to ball side, giving up contested twos. That's Tom Thibodeau.
Attention to detail.
No question.
And a new group getting ready for Miami. Amir Johnson's checked in for Lee. Winslow comes in for Johnson. Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for Bradley. And it's Mills in for Goran Dragic. The Heat have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. And Mills kicks to Winslow. Deflects the pass. Rose gets a wide open look. And it's Miami with the rebound. To the inside. And here's the fast break. Rose leading the way. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Johnson against Holiday. 13 feet away. Johnson's shot is off. New York with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Holiday dishes to Rose. To the paint. Lee passes to Plumlee. New York moving it around. 5 to shoot. There's Rose with the 3. And Winslow pulls it down.
You know, he's had a tough quarter shooting the ball, but one thing you have to give him, he's fighting out there.
Right side Rose. And Holiday with the basket on the assist by Rose. Holiday's got his first basket of the night.
And that was the play to make. Rose making the right read.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Johnson, and it's Johnson with the jam.
Just the vertical. That's how he compensates. Some say he's too short to play the power forward, but he still scores over bigger guys.
Here's Rose, and he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. New York ahead as they end the first quarter on a 14-6 run. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Well, we know what Derrick Rose has been through, the injuries, the expectations. And we asked him how he's dealing with all of it.
I got a clear mind when I play. I can't think about the past. I can't think about if I'm going to hurt myself, if I move the wrong way. When I'm out there, I have a free mind. I have no expectations on myself. I just know that I prepare myself well. There's no pressure.
Well, and Rose says no pressure, but I have to feel like there's at least a little bit, guys, of pressure to get back to where he was.
Yeah, I mean, league MVP in 11, once considered a cornerstone for the NBA's youth movement. Hey, with a little more luck, he may still be that.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
Smart basketball. Be patient. Don't force anything. Let the game come to you.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Mills out there with Johnson. Then it's David Lee. Then it's Amir Johnson. And it's Winslow in at the 3, the small forward. And Mills kicks to Johnson. And it's Johnson with the jam.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Yeah, with the score this tight, someone has to come over and take the charge, or at least contest the shot.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, Kyle O'Quinn, he wasn't a well-known player in college, but he was a find in that second round of the draft. Whenever you have a player with his size and ability to eat up space in the middle, he's going to find a place on the roster.
This is his first trip to the line tonight, and the first one drops. Size is something that teams will always look to acquire and find time for, and Doris O'Quinn fits that bill in a big way.
Yeah, Kev, it's not easy to find a player of O'Quinn's size that has as soft a touch as he does. He can step outside, pull out his defender, freeing up the middle for his team. A very easy shooting motion on O'Quinn. He looks very comfortable from the three-point line.
Dragic kicks to Johnson. Looking for Winslow. He gets it there. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Inside, O'Quinn, the pass to Baker. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for New York.
You know, and you don't see them leaning too heavily one way or the other, striking a real nice balance between taking it inside and stretching the floor. That's always a sign for me of a well-coached team.
The Heat trail by 3. Dragic kicks to Johnson. Dishes to Johnson. The pass to Winslow. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
What a great opportunity. Nice open look. You'll take those anytime you can get an uncontested shot.
The shot's good from O'Quinn.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Now here's Dragic. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Ooh, that kind of defense, it's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well, for the most part, they were just standing still. And you've got an easy 2 points.
Yeah, and despite his restrictions offensively, you still have to close off the lane or he'll burn you.
Baker with the bucket.
And, you know, you like the soft touch from O'Quinn, both shooting and there with the pass.
Johnson kicks to Johnson. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And some changes here for the Heat. Johnson, he's checked in for Winslow. And Bradley's subbed in for Tyler Johnson. And New York making a change here. That's good from Johnson. Well, as broadcasters, we get a view that maybe some fans miss as to how hard these players work. You've talked about this a lot, Doris. Behind every shot, every play, every dribble, so many countless hours spent in the gym. to perfect what they're doing?
Well, so I would say an NBA game is 48 minutes long, and I would say probably for every 48 minutes you are talking about an extraordinary commitment in the gym. What Steph Curry does on a nightly basis makes the game look easy, when in fact he's paid a price by the time he's spent, just like every other NBA player, honing their craft.
But I don't ever sense that it's drudgery to them.
No.
That they enjoy the game so much, like you, that it's in their DNA.
I think their passion and joy is evident on a nightly basis, and for us, we're lucky to watch it.
Isn't that fun? Oh,
yeah,
it's a blast.
no doubt.
Just a blast. So for the Knicks, Justin Holiday comes in for Sasha Vujacic, and it's Rose in for Baker. And both free throws good for Lee. And David Lee, a former two-time All-Star. You go back 3 seasons. Doris, he was averaging 18 points and 9 rebounds a game for Golden State.
Yeah, but Kev, you know, think about the emergence of Draymond Green and Golden State. Lee had been left looking for minutes, so he bounces around from Boston to Dallas. In today's NBA, it's tough for big men who aren't big-time shooters or defenders.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Guys, you look around the league and the post-up is giving way to more and more pick and rolls, more and more three-point shooting. Some big men don't like it, but Amir Johnson embraces the change. He said, "It's what I do. I'm a big that likes to set screens and roll." And Kevin, with his combination of range and finishing inside, become one of the best at it in the game.
Very efficient, D.A. Thanks. Now, here's Dragic. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Dragic has got his first points of the game.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
That kind of ability to adjust in the air is the only way to do it when you're faced with that much of a size disadvantage in the paint.
Rose dishes to Holiday.
Well, the media capital of the world, New York City, are at least considered by many to be that. So the expectations and the intensity of scrutiny on the Knicks is always high. It puts a lot of pressure on this organization to field a winner.
The Knicks shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And some changes here for the Heat. Wash comes in for David Lee, and it's Mills in for Goran Dragic. Plumlee, he's checked in for New York. And he sinks the second.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Mills passes to Johnson. Back to Mills. Pass to Johnson. It's rebounded by New York. Indoors, it's not as easy in today's NBA for the big market teams like the Knicks to exploit that advantage.
Right, Kevin, because a harsher luxury tax reins in spending. And with the internet and global audience, players are willing to go to smaller markets. The Knicks having to compete now on a more level playing field.
Here's Mills following the score by Derrick Rose.
You can see the reason it can be a tough day down low, and he's going after it on the glass. Some serious length to contend with.
And it's sent back by Bosh. .102 left in the first half of the game. Outside Bradley from outside the arc. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. New York leading by 6. Rose passes to Kuzminskis. There's the feed to Holiday. Outside Rose. Puts up a 3. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for the Heat. Tyler Johnson comes in for Bradley. And New York with a change here, too. Lee's checked in for Thomas. Now, here's Mills. He's tightly guarded. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Bosh, high post. Working on Plumlee. Just 4 to shoot. Stolen by Rose. 1 second left. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And so that's the end of the first half. Knicks out front, up 6. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark of 5 in the period. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, it's always a little bit of a challenge playing on the road, but they came in mentally prepared.
That's it for...
Welcome back. American Airlines Arena, visible on the far right of your screen in that overhead shot of downtown Miami. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. New York leading by 6. Setting the floor for the Knicks. We've got Derrick Rose. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Baker. Then there's Lance Thomas. And it's Kuzminskas in at the power forward position.
You know, Jeff Hornacek was the man chosen to lead this Knicks team during their coaching surge. You know, you think about, they took a look at several names in and out of the organization, but Hornacek ended up being their guy. It seemed like they felt Hornacek didn't get a fair shake and is underrated as a coach.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
Yeah, and you can blame it on a terrible defensive breakdown, one that could possibly swing the momentum here.
And with Hornacek being available in the first place, he was previously coach of the Suns, but was let go amidst the chaotic season that the Suns went through last year.
And Kevin, the feeling around the league was that Hornacek was just part of a bad situation in Phoenix, and glad to see him get a chance to show what he can do with the New York Knicks. You knew he'd get another chance after finishing so high in Coach of the Year voting in his rookie year of coaching.
Now Rose, after the missed 3 from Goran Dragic. Baker, no good. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Knocked loose, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose. The Knicks making a switch here. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Outside Dragic. Shot clock at 5. The Heat need to get a shot off. Bradley, that's for 2. Again, the miss by the Heat. The Knicks leading by 6. Pass to Baker for the 3. And Lee pulls it down. Lee's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Doris, you've interviewed so many coaches over the years. Which coaches do you enjoy interviewing the most?
Well, I have to say my classmate, Billy Donovan.
No kidding.
We were both point guards in the class of '87. I like to tell Billy he was the second best one in that class, in fact. But I do enjoy.
I bet he enjoys that, too. He's a good man, isn't he? Huh?
He is, no question about it. And because he's new to the league, he's not objecting quite yet to the ad nauseum questions we tend to ask over and over.
How about quickly talking with Greg Popovich at San Antonio, which is always a challenge, whether you're calling the game or you're on the sideline?
I want you to understand something. When I'm walking over to Greg Popovich, I want you to understand that my heart is pounding. I'm probably sweating.
No, come on.
And I'm trying not to shake.
Oh, come on. That's against everything you are. I know that. It's always good conversation, though. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Kicks it to Vujacic. He dishes it to O'Quinn. Thomas outside, and the 3 ball is good. And the Knicks lead by 5. The Heat have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Dragic gets the bucket. Dragic has got his second bucket.
I love that move. With a bigger defender on him, he contorts his body just enough to get that shot off.
Passes it to Hernan Gomez. And he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. Timeout called, the Heat. group in for the Heat. Amir Johnson's checked in for Lee. Winslow comes in for Johnson. Johnson, he's checked in for Avery Bradley. And it's Mills in for Goran Dragic. And then for New York, Plumlee, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Lee comes in for Thomas. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Baker. Now here's Johnson. He's got 9. And Courtney Lee gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Derrick Rose is checked in for the Knicks. Out of bounds, New York takes possession. And let's take this opportunity to show you the shooting guards with the highest percentage from the floor over the last month. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. From 11 feet away, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
And Rose always looking for his offense, and why not? He can put up points in a hurry.
The 3 from Mills. It's good from long range. Mills has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Lee kicks to Rose. He feeds it to Holiday. There's the pick. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. The 8-footer. That one rolling around and rims out.
It wasn't wide open, but that's a look he's got to create, guys. He's got to finish that. His teammates count on him. If he were shooting even a little better, they would have a much bigger lead.
And Chris Bosh with the slam.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. Rose passes to Hernan Gomez. For Miami, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Winslow dishes to Johnson. For the tie, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. They get Courtney Lee. The Heat shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And 72% on the year. I'm sure they'd like to improve that category.
2 shots.
No good on that one. And the second free throw, good. New York's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Plumlee with the screen. And here is Lee. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Bosh kicks to Johnson. Feeds it to Mills. For the lead. Johnson's shot is off. The Knicks with the lead. Rose passes to Lee. New York moving it around. Kuzminskis kept alive by New York. Rose gets the bucket. Rose has got 6 here in this quarter.
And as long as he retains that great explosion in his legs, Derrick Rose will be a factor around the rim.
Again, the miss by the Heat. It's stolen by Johnson. And now in transition is Mills. Here we go. Pulls up. No good that time. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Knicks lead by 3. And we're coming back in just a moment. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. The Heat trail by 3. Bradley is out there with Justice Winslow. Then it's Johnson. Then it's David Lee. And it's Dragic in at the point. It's the group on the floor for Miami. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
much better job of just taking care of the basketball, really putting the onus on the defense.
The Knicks leading by 3. Here's Baker. Out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it. Here's the screen. O'Quinn the pass to Baker. Here's Kuzminskis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And the Knicks lead by 6.
Well, I think defensively, you've got to think twice about giving him that good a look from three-point range.
Kicks it out to Johnson. The dish to Lee. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
Well, bullying his way around the paint. What Lee does best, exactly.
Down low, here's Baker. It's stolen by Dragic. Johnson dishes to Lee. That's tipped. Johnson gets the bucket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Baker, and it goes down 2 points.
Boy, that's some soft interior defense. They left a gap, plenty of time to operate, no problem scoring. Ooh, that's bad D.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. He kicks it to O'Quinn. Here's Kuzminskis, covered by Lee. The shot's good from O'Quinn.
You know, that right there is a great example. O'Quinn has got great hands, so he can step out or bang inside with the best of them.
Dragic kicks to Lee. Stolen by O'Quinn. Holiday, the pass to Baker. Lee outside. A rebound by Johnson. The Heat trail by 4. To the paint. It's tipped. The pass to Baker. With the floater, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And Miami making a change here. Bosch is checked in. And then for New York, Thomas comes in for Lee. And it's Rose in for Justin Holiday. Johnson dishes to Lee. Right side Bosch. Shot clock at 3. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And as a coach, that's the kind of turnover that drives you nuts.
The Knicks leading by 7. Pass to Baker. New York moving it around. Here's Kuzminskis. He's guarded by Dragic. He gets that one.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And Chris Bosh with the slam.
Boy, what a pass. That assist was right on target. That's why his teammates absolutely love playing with this guy.
Here's Baker. Dishes to O'Quinn. Here's Rose. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on David Lee.
And Rose not always focused on creating contact, but with his physical gifts, a lot of times he leaves the defense. No choice.
And so he makes both from the line.
There's some of that trademark consistency of his at the free throw line.
Bradley kicks to Bosh. That one good for 2.
You know, those points courtesy of an excellent entry pass into the post.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. Passes it to Kuzminskis. Here's O'Quinn, and O'Quinn slams it in.
Yeah, nothing too flashy there, but O'Quinn certainly able to punch it down with authority because he is a big body.
What a play there, the hoop plus the harm.
And that one falls for David Lee. So it's the Knicks now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Baker passes to O'Quinn. There's Rose with the 3. The shot that time, not on target. And the Heat going the other way now. Bradley kicks to Bosh. It's good. Now just a 3-point Knicks lead.
Yeah, that's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
You know he's always looking to attack. And late in a close ball game, when he catches the defense napping, he's going straight to the rack.
Kuzminskis, no good on the triple.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
The offensive rebound. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
He is all effort all the time, and it pays off for him there with the second chance points.
And it's tied up with that one.
Well, you knew he was going to come through there. The more that's riding on it, the better he seems to be.
New York's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Here's Rose, and finished off by Rose.
And Rose wants that leadership position. When the team needs a big bucket, he is ready and willing.
Dragic, and the layup's good off the glass. Dragic has got it all tied up now for the Heat.
And wow, what a time to tie this game up, guys.
Incredible fortitude to bounce back like this. I think we're setting up for an awesome finish. He has the skills to finish that. I cannot believe he blew it.
Back to Johnson. Out of bounds. New York takes possession.
Wow, what a time for a turnover. Shows you just how key one play can be.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Us updated from the sideline. Let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I had a chance to listen in on Jeff Hornacek's huddle with his players. He told them, hey guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
Dragic against Rose. There's the pass to Kuzminskis. Rose. He's guarded closely. 3-pointer. Rebound by Johnson. The New York Knicks, they come in off the wash to the Kings. To the right side. And it's Bosh at the elbow. Now here's Bradley. He's guarded closely. 4 on the clock. Johnson dishes to Lee. Missed. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And Derrick Rose accustomed to carrying a team offensively, taking and making big shots down the stretch. Nothing new to him.
Now a timeout called by Miami. They're losing by 2. 9 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And it all comes down to this. Still enough time on the clock that they should be able to get a real good look.
My question is, will they go for the 2 to tie or 3 to win?
Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Lee.
Just such nice timing by O'Quinn on that block.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
You had to foul and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
They go to the intentional foul. The first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And for Derrick Rose, the question will be how much of his MVP level of play from 2011 can he recover? You'd love to see him return to that form.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
He shows the killer instinct and puts the game away at the line.
And the Heat call time here. They trail by 4. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, it's going to take a miracle for them here, or actually a miracle three-pointer and a foul. This one's over.
There's Dragic with the 3 offline. So a close game sees New York take this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek, congrats on the win. High degree of difficulty shots tonight, my friend. How did that become a part of your game?
That's something I'm used to, I guess. Just playing in the park, playing in the gym, trying to shoot crazy shots, and thank God they be going in.
Looked like that was part of your repertoire all along, Derek. Thanks again. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we send you now over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson again, folks, with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Now time to take a quick peek at our Jordan player of the game.
He shot over 50% from the field tonight, partly because he was in constant motion. He found the gaps in the defense, and that made him get open looks.
I mean, he was lights out from deep. Some aerial mastery going on, guys. He spent a lot more time behind the arc than he usually does. Good call by the coaching staff to use him in that way. The defense was not expecting it.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, spectacular, just great. I mean, see you.
Good night.
My diamonds could never stand still. Where you going, can't come here. I'll always take you back for your
Comment va full time, boss a bad. Give me something long time. Me deal with it. Something like crime.